Welcome to this edition of the Ultimate Combat Experience. We're here at Sleepy Town, USA. Wake up out there, folks. We got fights going on tonight. We're here at the Sandy Station. My goodness, that's a little bit better, Johnny and Reggie. We're back. We're back here we're home. We're back at home.
Yeah, the Sandy Station, Mike. You gotta love this place. Great food.
Great place to take a nap tonight, apparently.
Yeah, could very well be. No, these guys, they don't want to hear us talking. They just want to see fights, Mike. That's all they want to see.
Let's talk a little bit about the fights, though, Johnny. Richie, what you got on the card tonight?
Well, Mike, once again, it's a start of some new beginnings for some of these guys. A lot of first-time fighters on the card. We also have some vets, guys that been in here and tested their mettle and proved themselves. It's always fun to see with these first-time fighters because you never know what you're going to get.
Jamie Anton has made his mark. He's come in and just been tearing things up.
Yeah.
He's in the main event tonight. Who's he fighting?
Man, he's fighting Mickey Ray McRae, Mike, a guy that his record doesn't really show what kind of a fighter this kid is. He hasn't done so well in his past couple fights, but the kid, he just gets caught. He's winning the fight, gets caught. Right now, tonight, he goes, that's over. I really dedicated myself, and I'm ready to knock someone out tonight.
But, Johnny, he's fighting tough guys, and that's why the last couple fights haven't been so successful for him. Going to take on another big challenge tonight with Jamie Anton.
Yes, sir.
We got a lot of great fights before we get to that, though. It's the Ultimate Combat Experience coming right at you.
8, 7, 6, 3, 2, 1. The Ultimate Combat Experience starts now.
Warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight.
In your welterweight division, we got a couple of guys coming out here. One guy, first timer. The other guy's been in here a time or two. What do you know about these guys?
Well, I know Ron Ableman, Mike, is just a slugger coming up north. The kid steps into the cage every time and he just lays the leather out. He's always looking for that one big knockout shot. Well, his opponent said, Brian Kelly said, hey, look, man, I've been training with my brother. I've been doing Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, Taekwondo, kickboxing, boxing. I've got the full package, buddy. You're going to go out of this thing with a loss tonight.
He told me, he gave me the list of things that he does in his brother's garage.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
They fix cars and beat each other up, man. Welterweight, no holds barred. Check it out. Oh, Johnny, that's a lot of stuff they've been doing in that garage.
Yeah, I'm not sure really if it's training with like a professional trainer, Mike, but he says his brother's pretty dang tough.
I'll tell you though, Ron Ableman, he's that guy. We've seen so many of these guys come through the show that just looks for that one big punch to take you out of your game, and sometimes he lands them, Johnny, but sometimes it just doesn't work your way when you do that.
Yeah, it doesn't, Mike. His last couple fights, they've been really action-packed, but he doesn't always come out the winner.
Last time I fought, I won by guillotine choke. I don't know. I'm gonna put it down tonight and see what happens, hopefully on the feet. I'm a street fighter, but I'll do whatever it takes to win. I've been training hard, and I'm just gonna come in and put it down.
Do whatever it takes to win implies that you're gonna maybe learn something a little different than just street fighting.
Yeah, Mike, last time he fought, he said that he actually won his opponent with a guillotine choke, so maybe he's learning some stuff, but it's a trial by fire for this guy.
Now, Brian Kelly, though, is learning all those different things in his garage.
In the garage, Mike. Once again, what a weird way to train.
Just my sister's a personal trainer. She wrote me up a workout schedule. My brother-in-law knows Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, wrestling, boxing, Taekwondo, and some Kung Fu, and he gives me all the training for free. So, I just figure I don't know if I want to try my hand at it. So, figures because I want it. That's pretty much it. And I've never lost a fight except once, and it was a long time ago with a bunch of different people. So, hopefully, I'll do good. I don't know. Can't ever tell.
You never can tell until you come out of the garage and put it to the test right here in the cage.
Mike, if you train 15 different things and only know 10% of those 15 different things, does that mean you're a 100% tough guy?
He's ready to rock and roll. I'm telling you, he's got a sister that gave him a diet. Maybe his mom will stitch him up after he gets cut. Who knows?
Oh.
But he certainly has reach, and he landed a pretty good right hand on the side of the head of Ron Ableman.
Yeah, and once again, you see Ron, Mike, he's just looking for that big shot. You can tell his punches are coming. He winds them up.
Baby.
From clear in left field, and right there, lands a shot, then throws a knee. Now they wind up on the mat, and it's topsy-turvy from here.
Boy, I'm telling you, I think Brian Kelly might have been getting his Taekwondo and his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu mixed up just a little bit there, but he did wind up on top. And this is where Ron Ableman, as we mentioned, is kind of a fish out of water.
Yeah, kind of a fish out of water. Brian Kelly trying to do what looks like somewhat of an ankle lock here, and or something of that effect. That might tap out some guys, but not Ron Ableman, I don't think, Mike. I think he's going to get out of this.
Yeah, Ron Ableman's head is turning red from his ankle lock, and I'm not really sure why, but these guys are both trying to crank on each other's ankles here. A little bit of a interesting turn of events here.
Yeah, well, Brian Kelly looks like he's, doing things almost correct, Mike. He's got to get a little bit lower down on that ankle and really crank that thing, but at the same time, Ron Ableman's saying, what are you doing? And he's watching him and trying to do the same thing.
Well, it wasn't the position on the ankle that was wrong. He wasn't using his legs to put pressure on that ankle, and now he just gave up on it. Ron Ableman finds himself in full mount position, and he's going to should sit up and throw some bombs.
Yeah, well, this is where you don't want to be when you're fighting a guy like Ron Ableman, because we know he's good at, well, one thing, and that's throwing the big, heavy haymakers, and from here, you really got nowhere to go, so he can literally, if he sets up, he could pound Brian Kelly right out of this fight.
Unless you put the head vise on like that, and then he can't sit up right there, and Mr. Kelly did a good job of keeping him from being able to sit up and have that spacing he needs to throw those big punches.
Well, he's got that arm trap with a hook there, Mike. He's got one arm on the back of the head, and he's just holding him close, and I don't know if it's just the fact that Ron Ableman is gassed, or if Brian Kelly is just that strong that he's holding him down there.
Now, Brian Kelly is a powerful son of a gun. You can see that.
Mike, do I sense a note of sarcasm in there?
Just a little bit. He's rolling over here, gave up his back to Ron Ableman. Ron Ableman's having flashbacks. The last time he fought, because here comes another choke.
And he gets the choke. That's the fight right there. That's the win. A guy that is known for doing more of street fighting than anything gets in there and gets himself a choke.
Back to the garage for Mr. Kelly, but Ron Ableman moving on up with another big win for Hostile.
Congratulations, buddy. Hopefully we'll see you again very soon. This post-fight interview brought to you by Ayers Law Firm and the DUI Hotline. Give Tyler a call at 255-5555 or check him out online at utahduihotline.com. This is your first time inside the cage. How was it for your first time?
It was everything I thought it would be. Learning experience for sure.
We just, you were a virgin, a UCE virgin, and now you're accomplished. You can actually say you've done it. What's next for you, man? Training, fighting, what's next? They're getting louder there. What's next?
More training. Get a little more practice in jiu-jitsu so I can get better at getting away from submissions. But
there you go. Listen, I know you're training with your brother. I know you're training inside the garage, working out, getting tough. Come to the gym. Ultimate Combat Training Center. We'd love to have you. There's some things there we can teach you that you might not learn kicking around oil cans. So get your butt down there and come do it, all right?
Sure thing.
All right. Hey, real quick, it's our moniker. I got to say it to you. Tonight you were good, but just not good enough. Thanks for being a part of the experience, buddy. Hey.
This post-fight interview is sponsored by Beehive Bell Bonds, because sometimes bad things happen to good people.
Big win for you. How does it feel?
Good. Feels real good.
Giving up a lot of height, giving up a lot of reach, but you got inside and you did your thing, man. Is that the way you planned it out?
No, I usually stay on the ground, but on my feet, but I don't know. I just whatever.
Whatever comes to you, you got to do it.
If it's there, I'm going to take it.
And it was there, and you took it. Big win for you tonight. Great job. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Johnny Ritchie.
Yes, sir.
Kid looked tough tonight.
He looked tough, man. He landed that big shot, and then back and forth. I wasn't sure what was going to happen, but he ends up fighting through that little ankle lock that he had. Gets a rear naked choke. I don't think I've ever seen Ron Ableman choke someone. Usually he's either knocking him out or being submitted, so congratulations to Ron for it.
He didn't quite get a chance to put that choke on. It was just the impending choke that came around.
Yeah, he wasn't really sure. I don't think how to do it, but he just started squeezing, and when he did, it was tap. They did the old tap dance. He lost, so there.
All right, we got more of the Ultimate Combat. Don't go anywhere. division, a rematch. The Gator, Jason Allguire, fighting William Layton, and these two guys are both doing very well as of late.
Oh, absolutely. William Layton, Mike, when you get in here, this kid just likes to stand and strike. He's one of these guys that's pretty versatile. If you take him to the mat, he knows what to do from the ground to get back to his feet to strike you. On the other hand, Jason Allguire, he's pretty good from his back. You take this kid down same way. He's going to look for a submission. But these guys both promised me they're going to stand up and bang tonight.
All right, man. That's what I like to see. Middleweight nose bar. Check it out. Well, it gets to a certain point where if you're Jason Allguire, you've already fought everybody once, so you might as well line them up and fight them again.
And William Layton says, hey, why not? What better way to get back in here and do this thing again than to beat up on a guy that I've already won once before.
And, you know, William Layton's the type of kid that he'll fight you as many times as you'll stand in front of him.
Oh, without a doubt, Mike loves to get in here, loves to win or lose. He doesn't care as long as he gets to fight.
Last time I fought, it was Brian Beebe's, big guy, he's about 6'3", barely weighed in. I think he was actually 10 pounds overweight for my last fight. Good fighter, caught me in a Kimura, finished me off. I didn't do anything to get ready for this fight except for sit on my ass and go to school and work. Just lots of fun. Good luck to him. I know he's a good fighter. I mean, I fought him before. I caught him in a guillotine, and I just wish him good luck. But I'm taking it for sure.
Say that again?
I'm taking it for sure.
Well, his last opponent just barely weighed in 10 pounds over. I'm not really sure what was going on there.
Yeah, I don't know either, Mike, but he's right. Brian Beebe dismantled the hitman when he got in there.
He dismantled. I guess you got to find reasons why. And your opponent was 10 pounds overweight.
10 pounds overweight, that didn't stop him from throwing that Kimura on, though, and about twisting his arm off.
Well, last time I fought, it was kind of an emotional one. My dad passed away with Lee Doss. That one's not over yet. We'll be battling again, and I'm just coming in today. Just had a month off, and it's been refreshing, so hopefully I'll start over. I feel more at home here than the Vortex. I had a losing streak there, but I'm going to start my wins here. I'm going to win this one because last time I fought him, he guillotined me. This time I'm going to take him out.
Boy, the Gator's already lining him up for the third time. He's calling out Lee Doss again. Boy, let's get this second fight with this guy out of the way.
Yeah. Let's get back on your win streak here. And he, like you said, he feels like this is more of his home than anywhere else. Well, let's see how well he protects his turf here, Mike.
You know, William Layton, as you mentioned, has already beaten him once. Gator feels like it was a bit of a fluke, and it very well may have been. Gator has certainly got the experience on William Layton. You see right here. Look, it's William Layton hooking up for another guillotine.
Hooking up for another guillotine, Mike, and if he gets it, Gator's going to be kicking himself in the butt for not defending that, because this is exactly how he won last time. Same fashion. He came out, ducked his head, William Layton grabbed a hold of it, scrolls on until the tap.
Can you say three-match?
How can you say he'll be calling William Layton out for the third time?
Boy,
if he doesn't
lining
win
him up 3 times in a row. Looks like he did thwart that attempt at a guillotine choke there, but William Layton pushing the arm in, looking for a triangle choke now.
Looking for a triangle choke, Mike. I'm not really sure if he knows how to put it on. He was scissoring the head right there, and then Jason just kind of pried it off. Now he's in a side mount position, and in a pretty good spot with William Layton's back up against the fence.
Absolutely, making a few minor adjustments here. First of all, he was able to survive the attempted guillotine choke, but he is kind of being a little more patient here, Johnny Ritchie, than we've seen him doing the last time these two fought here. He's got that side mount position. He's no real rush really to get and try to get mount or anything like that.
No, and I think that's great. I think take your time, and just like that, wait for the right time, step over, and now William Layton, Mike, is in a little bit of trouble.
Look at those cute little rabbit punches he's throwing to the side of William Layton's head. I'm not sure those are going to do a whole heck of a lot of damage. I think William Layton's probably hurting himself more from that contortionist move he's got going on here than those punches that Jason Allguire was throwing.
Well, I rarely see that work, Mike, when they bring the feet up and try to go out the back door, but right there, they wind up in a pretty precarious position because of the fact that William Layton did rabbit him over with those legs.
When you say curious, is that like bi-curious?
Bi-curious,
okay,
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
They were certainly in a bi-curious position. There's no doubt about it.
Mike, some of the stuff you say, man, oh, you're terrible. But they were, but you're right.
They were. I mean, quite frankly, there wasn't a whole lot of position involved in it. I think he just kind of wound up in the spot. But right here, Jason Allguire looking for an arm lock, but William Layton pulled it.
Well, he didn't secure the arm, Mike, before he threw the legs over the head. All William Layton had to do was just pull it right out of there. That's Jiu Jitsu 101. You got to learn how to secure that arm first. And now William Layton has his back, and he's going to be looking for a choke here, Mike.
Johnny, we're only about halfway through the first round, and William Layton's already had 3 or 4 pretty tight submission holds on here, and it looks like Well, he's getting a little bit out to the side there. Otherwise, it looked like he was going to sink that in. This fight was going to be over.
Yeah, Mike, he had his hook in too, and he just take it out. You know, just best thing to do is just hip into that and flatten Jason Allguire out. Then you can really work whatever you want, punches or a choke. But you're right, he's off to the side. If Jason can just hold on there, he's going to make it through this thing.
Well, he's off to the side there, and yeah, he's just not in the right position to get this thing on. But Jason's trying to help him out a little bit, trying to stick his chin up and let him sneak that arm right in.
You're giving him a Christmas present a little early is what I think you're trying to say.
Jason, get your hips up and dump him off you because he's way off to the side there. But I think Jason just kind of hanging out, waiting for the clock to tick down.
Yeah, I think so, Mike. I think he needs a breather. You know, he said he took a little bit of time off, and I don't know if that meant just from fighting or if that just meant from the gym, or probably both.
He's been time off since he started. He doesn't do a lot of time in the gym. He comes to the gym. He absorbs the energy of the gym, but I don't see a whole lot of training out of him. He claims he does train other places, though. That could be missing.
So when he comes in here and walks around, is it like learning by osmosis, Mike, just by being in the environment?
He's like a sponge, Johnny. He absorbs all the energy and all the information that's floating around in the gym.
Well, Mike, spinning back kick there by the hitman. William Layton didn't land, and
we're gonna call him the miss man because he just missed 3 or 4 kicks.
But I like to see that, Mike. I like to see this funky style that he has. You know, it's a street fighter adapted to a little bit of an MMA guy, but right there, those kicks were wild.
Well, he admits he doesn't train himself at all. He says, you know, he's just been sitting on the couch and watching TV, and those kicks certainly showed it. But now he finds himself in a really bad spot, John.
But yeah, Mike, he might be watching himself lose on TV if he doesn't start doing the right things from this position here. He's going to try to wrap it up again and hook him with those feet, and hopefully it works like it did the first time. But I think Jason's wizened up a little bit, and he's going to take advantage of this cage.
Well, after those little girly punches Jason was hitting him with last time, I think William Layton's content just to stay right here. He said, I'm not going to get hurt by hanging out here, am I?
Well, let's see if Jason Allguire will set up and do the right things, Mike, to make those punches count, whether it's dropping elbows or just dropping punches. Let's see what he does.
I know that he can. I just am not seeing him do it. And maybe, you know, we just commended him a moment ago about being very patient, and maybe that's what he's doing. He's just kind of waiting for William Layton to leave an arm out there for it to be exposed to something, but yeah, he waited a little too long.
Yeah, waited a little too long, and you saw the hitman moving and shaking and kind of rattled him off of him, and now he's trying to throw a triangle choke on. But now maybe trying to arm bar the wrong arm.
Well, I'm not really sure, unless, well, he might get some funky little arm lock out of this.
I don't know, right?
If nothing else, he's got William Layton in a real bad spot.
Oh, my gosh! That was like the old...
Johnny, that's new. And once again, you learn those moves when you just cruise through the gym.
That was like the old bend-a-board technique. Mikey just found a knee and decided to bend it right over it.
Jason Allguire has invented a new move. It's called the Gator, and don't you even say that it's not effective because it worked tonight.
It did. He gets the win. The Gator gets the second of this, gets the win in this rematch. If you are looking to make full-time wages while working part-time hours, give Brett Hansen a call at American Alarms, 310-0187. What's up next for you, man? Let's get you to a gym. Let's get a rubber match out of this.
You know, I'd love to go to the gym and stuff, but this is all for fun, man. I just love it. I don't want to go pay somebody some money to train me. I can train myself. I watch enough Bruce Lee movies and for that, man.
And William Layton, that's why I love you. You gotta love a guy like this, the blue-collar worker, a blue-collar fighter. Tonight you were good, my friend, but just not good enough. Thanks for being a part of the experience, William.
Hey, thank you. I want to thank everyone for coming out, watching the fights. Thank my girlfriend and my best friend, Dan, for cornering for me. And thanks, everybody.
All right, you heard it right there. One more time. Give him a round of applause.
This post-fight interview brought to you by Got Your Back Realty.
Give Gary McDonald a call at 809-GARY or check him out online at www.IGotYourBackRealty.com.
That was a tough loss you took last time against him. And what have you done differently since then to come in here and get a big win tonight?
Just trained a little bit harder. Took some time off. Like I said, my dad passed away, so it was kind of hard emotionally, but I don't know. Like I said, I just like being here at Sandy Station, and I don't know, I get more victories here.
Well, you got to stay where they treat you right, but I got to tell you, I actually saw him train once this time, so he did train a lot harder for this one.
Yes, I did.
All right, Jason, big win for you. I'm really proud of you because literally, you got beat by this kid. You came back and beat him. I'm proud of you. You came back, did what you had to do. Great job tonight. Congratulations.
Thanks. I want to thank Carpenter for being my corner, my friends for showing up, and Lolo for helping me train.
You know Carpenter's gay, right? You know that?
Yeah, I know.
All right, that's cool, though. All right, great job, man.
Thanks.
Jason Allguire gets retribution over the hitman William Layton. William Layton, though, you heard right there, you gotta love a guy that says, look, I'm the blue collar guy. I don't need to train. I'm gonna come in here and fight just because I love it. It's fun for me, so there you go.
Actually, I got it. He's ready to pat our butts. We got more of the Ultimate Combat. Don't go anywhere.
Reason number 12 why you should own a ThermoSpa's hot tub. They require no attachment to your home's plumbing. Simply fill it with a garden hose and plug it in. ThermoSpa's unique thermofiltration system is completely built in and filters the water an incredible 144 times a day, so your water stays crystal clear with very little maintenance. All you need to do is enjoy yourself every day of the year. Call to receive a free DVD and 48-page brochure and learn the most important reason. Buying direct, you can own a ThermoSpa for only a few dollars a day. Call now and we'll include free delivery, free chemicals, and a $400 cash coupon. This $1,000 offer is free.
Call 800-568-4343.
ThermoSpas. Luxurious hot tubs made affordable.
In your light heavyweight division, got a couple of guys that look pretty tough backstage. Johnny, what do you know about these guys?
Well, I tell you what, Sugarloaf is becoming one of my new favorite up-and-coming guys. He gets inside the cage. He's got such a big heart. Doesn't always go his way, but I tell you what, the guy in the other corner knows he's been in a fight.
Absolutely, man. He's fighting a first-timer in our cage. What do you know about this kid?
This Paul Tatt kid, Mike, he didn't have a whole lot to say other than the fact that he's ready. to rock and roll. That's it. He's ready to do it.
Then let's rock and roll. It's light heavyweight and holds bar. Check it out. Mike Crisman will never be accused of being the prettiest fighter. He's certainly a wild, rough and tumble fighter. Don't know much about this Tautaa kid, though.
No, Mike, no, just checking him out and looking at his resume and the things that he's told me about himself is he's just a guy that's been in a few street fights, looking to make the transition into the MMA world, and what better place to start than right here with us.
Boy, I couldn't have said it better myself.
Just tired of staying at home watching the fights all the time. Want to come and do something about it. I'm a wild man, you know. I'm trying to put some little technique into it, a little more strategy. I know it's a little different from fighting outside the cage, so I think I'll use my brain a little more. Well, I'm kind of hesitant about, you know, giving it to him because I heard this guy got a lot of heart. He's coming back after losing so much, but I'll let him do all the crap talking. So.
Well, you know. Mike Crisman will do some crap talking.
Yeah, he'll do a little smack talking, Mike. He's not afraid to run his mouth a little bit, and 9 times out of 10, he usually says, hey, I'm not going to talk smack because every time I do, I get beat.
At least he realized the fact that maybe if I just shut up, I might win a fight.
Let's see if that's how it goes tonight, Mike.
Last time I stepped in, it was at Club Teasers. I fought Jason Del Rio. Very tough fight. He got me. You know, I get tired. Started training, though, so this time it's going to be different. Well, let's just hope I do. I don't want to say I am because I get my ass kicked every time I do.
At least he's getting smarter, Johnny.
Right there, Mike. I wasn't expecting him to say it, but he said it. He's right. He's not going to talk any smack. He's going to let his fists do all the talking.
Well, right here, these are a couple guys, and I'm expecting this cat kid just by what he said. He's a street fighter. This should be nothing but bombs flying over.
Yeah, just getting after it. You're right, Mike. No real. He talked about technique. I don't really know what technique you can bring into the cage if you're not really training, other than fighting in the streets. But hey, let's just swing for the fences and see what happens.
Halfway decent leg kick there to start things off, but then you see right here where Mike Crisman just does what Mike Crisman does, threw a couple wild shots and dove for his legs to try to football tackle him, and right here seems to have worked.
Well, yeah, Mike, if there's anything he knows is he knows that if he can get into a superior position with maybe a full mount or even inside a guard, he can punch. He doesn't really have to really think his way through it. He's not going to be looking for a submission. He's just going to be looking to hammer Tautat's face in.
Well, Tautaa kind of climbed up the body just a little bit there. Had he known how to put an arm lock on, he would have been able to. Mike Crisman was just kind of gift wrapping it there. Let's get these guys back up on their feet where they can throw that leather, which is really what both these guys want to do.
Oh, yeah, without doubt. You see how low Tautat's holding his hands in that right hand. He's just winging it back. Oof! And he hits you with one of those. He's going to knock your head off there, old sugar loaf.
He's got to hit you with it, though. He's winding that thing up from yesterday, and you can see it coming. And even Mike Crisman ducked underneath it and tackled him. Then you see, Tat huffing and puffing already, though. He's already tired. This fight's only about a minute old.
Well, once again, Mike, you know, that's part of the battle. Half the battle is being in shape when you come into this thing. And a lot of these guys don't. They think just because they, you know, had a few knockouts in their life, you get inside the cage and you can do this thing. And it's a lot different when you step inside through that iron fence.
Well, I think you're scaring people off, Johnny.
Well, it's
scaring
you
people
know.
off. Let's get now. It's a piece of cake. Come in here and give it a shot. These guys are just out of shape, real bad.
Real bad, yeah. Extra out of shape. But then once again, you see Tautaa trying to climb up the body. Not really sure if he knows what to do once he gets his leg around his head. But right there, if he knew, he could possibly throw on a triangle choke. But Crisman picks him up and slams him to his back.
Crisman is trying to give him a triangle choke. He's trying to give him an arm lock, and Tautaa just doesn't quite know how to do it. He knows he's close.
Yeah.
He knows he's doing something right, but just doesn't quite know how to finish this thing.
Well, he started off in the right position now, Mike, and now he's doing the old scissorooski. And he's eating shots while he's doing that, and I guess that's the best way to stop a submission attempt is just to hammer a guy.
Well, yeah, I guess so. And, you know, fights like this, you kind of just become speechless because you let the action do all the talking. Really, once you try to call something, it's going to change anyway.
Yeah, it's going to change. Let's see if Crisman will step over and get the full mount position here. If he does, we could see Tautaa being in a little bit of trouble.
Well, full mount's overrated in a fight like this, Johnny.
You're right. You're right. Once again, it can change in just a matter of seconds here.
You just land where you land and then go do the best you can from there.
Well, there's Mike Crisman now. He's starting to hammer down some punches. They're not all landing, but there's a couple of them that are. As you see the face of Tautaa.
Tautat's looking for something to tap on, I think, and he just couldn't find anything. So I figured I'll just roll over and give him my back. Now Mike Crisman's got his hooks in real tight here, you see, and oh, well.
Just as you say that, Mike, Paul gets the tap, and look how happy Crisman is.
Crisman's got to feel good about that. I bet he'll have a drink or two after this fight.
Oh, without a doubt, Mike, he's going to be celebrating a victory inside the cage here.
Oh, baby.
And that's one of a few for him, Mike. But hey, that's what I like about Mike Crisman, because win or lose, the kid will come back and fight for you whenever you want him to.
And he's happy about that. Johnny is real happy. He put on a nice chokehold.
Nice little chokehold there. And Tautaa is wondering, is this really what it's like? If so, I probably should start training at a gym somewhere.
Well, that might not be a bad piece of advice, but for right now, Mike Sugarloaf Crisman gonna celebrate till the sun comes up.
This post-fight interview sponsored by Beehive Bell Bonds, because sometimes bad things happen to good people.
Tautaa, baby, you got in here. You got in a fight tonight, man. How you feeling?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. A little tired?
Yeah.
A little tired. It's a little different when you get inside the cage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're getting against Mike Crisman, a kid that, this kid was in your shoes a little while ago, Paul. He was a street fighter, never had any training. He dedicated to going to the gym and working. He gets a win tonight. I want to see you get in the gym, brother. I know you'd be a bad man if you get in there. How's that sound?
Sounds good. I'll be back.
All right, man. Ultimate Combat Training Center would love to have you. Give Mike a call. Any one of these guys tell you how to get there. Paul, what's next, man? You going to continue to fight?
I'll be back, man.
Be back? Look at this guy. He's got a smile on his face. You got to love it. Hey, Paul, tonight you were good, man, but just not good enough. Thanks for being a part of the experience.
Thank you.
Hey, give him a round of applause, guys, one more time on the way out. This post-fight interview brought to you by Ayers Law Firm and the DUI Hotline. Give Tyler a call at 255-5555 or check him out online at utahduihotline.com.
Sugarloaf feels a lot better to win, doesn't it?
Oh, a hell of a lot better.
He says, you know what, I still got a headache, though. Mike, you were fighting. You weren't playing chess. You're going to have a headache coming out of here no matter what. It's got to feel good, though, right?
Oh, it feels a lot better than losing.
All right, Sugarloaf. What's next for you, brother? What's next?
I'm coming back. I fight Friday. Club teasers. Everyone come see Sugarloaf pound some out again, baby.
Whoa. Nice job, man. Great job tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you. And I told you I was sick of talking to Johnny. No more.
He's got bad breath, right?
Oh, it stinks.
You don't want to go that way ever
Smells
again.
like his ass.
All right, man. Great job.
Thank you.
The weird part about that is he knows what your ass smells like.
This is very true.
Okay, John. Hey, Sugarloaf feels good, and he should, man. We were talking over there. He's been in here with some tough guys and been in some wars. Finally gets a big win. It's cool to see that.
Well, that's what I talked to Paul about that. I said, look, man, he was once where you're at now. I mean,
Absolutely.
The kid is a street fighter. You just got to get your butt to the gym and dedicate yourself. Mike Crisman has done that, and you see tonight the improvements that he had to make to win. So, Mike Crisman, congratulations. Paul Tat, hope we see you again, brother.
I'm telling you, on both accounts, I agree 100%. We got more of the Ultimate Combat. Don't go anywhere.
Half of all U.S. businesses are home-based.
This free service helped me find the perfect home business.
Their free success kit made it simple. All you need is a computer and a little desire.
I'm making $10,000 a month.
I work only 3 days a week and make $9,000 a month.
We're making $12,000 a month.
And we have more family time.
Be a part of this $427 billion industry.
I made enough money from my home business to buy a new home.
Your successful home-based business is just a click away. So log on to 214hpb.com. So you've got the hottest cell phone, now you need the hottest games and ringtones. Get the latest games and ringtones to use on your personal cell phone right now. Text S51 for Super Mario Brothers. Text A51 for Sweet Home Alabama. Text G51 for Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. Or text W51 for Diner Dash. And send it to 77888. Choose from any of these great games and ringtones to use as your very own. And don't forget to text your choice to 77888.
In your middleweight division, got a couple first-timers, Johnny. Both of them look like this ain't their first rodeo.
Yeah, Trevor Cook stepping in here tonight, Mike, and man, if there's ever first-timers you think about maybe putting in a main event or close to it, these are two guys. Trevor Cook looking physical, stout, wrestled, said, I never lost a fight. On the other hand, Mike Nelson, physical, stout, never lost a fight. So someone's going home a loser tonight. I just don't know who it's going to be. I don't know.
Someone's going to go home physically stout with a loss on the record. Middleweight, no holds barred. Check it out. Lunges still look good at the end of the night. That's all that matters, Johnny.
Yeah, to a lot of these guys, that's the truth, Mike. As long as they can go home without a shiner over there on their face, they'll be all right.
A lot of these guys like going home with the shiner on their face. Trevor, the Punisher Cook, I don't think he'd mind it either way.
Oh, I don't think so. Mike, it's a war word to let people know that you've been in a fight, especially with us.
Absolutely. Well, as we mentioned, goes by the nickname of the Punisher. He's 6 foot tall, 184 pounds out of the Cedar Hills area.
I was getting lazy and I figured it was something to do. And I like fighting, so it's all good. I wrestled a little bit, and then I look forward to box with him a little bit to see how good he is. So I think I have a reach on this guy, but then I'll look for a big finishing punch. Because I'm going to knock him out.
There you go. He's got all the plans laid out. But Irish Mike Nelson, Johnny, as we mentioned, it doesn't look like this is his first rodeo. I think he's fought a time or two.
Yeah, I've fought a time or two, Mike, whether he's in another show or out on the street or maybe somewhere else. But yeah, he's definitely been in a tussle in his life.
He's 5'10", 184 pounds out of Green River, Wyoming.
I've always been a huge fan of the sport. I can tell you where I was when UFC 1 came out. I've been following it till now and just decided, put up or shut up. Let's get in the cage. Actually, being a fan of the sport, I've tried to make myself as well-rounded as possible. Stand-up, clinch, takedowns, and groundwork. I've really been working my ground game a lot the past couple months. I think I've just been training harder, and I think I'm a little bit more well-rounded. He strikes me as the wrestler type. I think he's going to try to go to the ground and hope he wants to throw some hands.
Sounds like both men want to throw some hands tonight, Johnny Ritchie, and that's a recipe for excitement.
Yeah, without a doubt, Mike. That's what the people pay to see these guys get in here and really duke it out. And hey, man, this is what it's all about. This is the ultimate combat, right here.
Irish Mike says he's been around since UFC 1. He knows you've got to cross-train, so maybe his stand-up should be able to match up with a much longer-armed opponent right there. He took a couple shots on the side of the head.
Yeah, Mike, it seemed like he was throwing that left. He kind of turned his head, and when he did, he turned right into one of the punches of Mike Nelson. And now has Mike Nelson in a little guillotine choke here, Mike.
This is how fights end quick, and well, that wasn't going to be the slugfest we were looking for if it would have ended quite so quickly right here. Now Irish Mike's going to have to go back to the drawing board.
Go back to the drawing board. Mike Nelson, wow. This kid has got his sights set on the chin of Irish Mike, and he's landing those shots.
He certainly did. He landed those shots. What appeared to be a relatively tight guard right there certainly got loose real fast, and that's a result of Mike Nelson landing a couple of shots on the side of the head.
Yeah, now Irish Mike he has the closed guard here. He's not really active underneath as of yet, but let's see if he's going to be working up toward a submission here in the near future.
One strategy in some of these first-time fights is let's just kind of hang on and let him burn himself out just a little bit, give myself a little bit of an advantage because this kid's coming at me pretty hard as the fight's beginning.
Oh yeah, Mike. Mike Nelson in the top position has not stopped throwing punches, and now Irish Mike has one of his arms hooked, and let's see if he can hook the other one and maybe get this thing back to their feet. That's what I'd like to see.
Just trying to weather the storm and doing a relatively good job. It looks like he's trying a bit of a choke right there, and you might see that work with a gi, but I don't think it's going to work here.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to. Well, you're absolutely right, Mike. All Mike Nelson did was just set up, and now he gets into a side mount position here, and he has one arm trapped right there behind him, and this could be some trouble for old Irish Mike.
This very well should be a little trouble for Irish Mike. He's upside down, pinned up against the cage right here. Mike Nelson just needs to get situated. He's putting his knee in the face here, and once he gets situated, this might be a lot of trouble.
Yeah, Mike, all right. Not one of the nicest things you can do in a fight. He just go ahead and stuff his knee right on his face and use it to set up.
Well, the much nicer thing to do is to pull a man's head between your legs and pinch him like that. You're going to get a date or
something. One of the two. Something. But now Irish Mike is on his back, and John Jordan's going to step in and stand him up. And now let's see this thing get after it. Let's see some fists flying.
We mentioned Mike Nelson certainly has the reach advantage here, but look at him carrying his hands down around his waist now. Irish Mike shooting in with a very feeble attempt, didn't get in very deep at all. And Mike Nelson able to sprawl out and stuff the takedown.
Yeah, so John Jordan let go of the shorts, and he's trying to attack the leg and trying to really drive in for that takedown. And Mike Nelson doing a pretty good job of sprawling out of there. Now he's Well, striking him with some kind of a forearm punch.
It's the forearm shiver, Johnny. I remember that from the WWE days, the forearm shiver.
Well, sure did send some shivers up old Irish Mike's spine there.
Well, Irish Mike, I think, is barely conscious underneath. I think he's pretty tired, actually. He shot up underneath here and hasn't really given up on the takedown, although he probably should have by now. With about 5 seconds left in the round, I don't think much is going to come of this.
Yeah, no, without a doubt, Mike, he's going to try to work that takedown, but it's not going his way as of yet. And right there, the round ends, and
we're going to see a round number 2, man. Johnny Ritchie, these guys are going to go back to the corners, regroup, and maybe come back with a different strategy or game plan for the second round.
Can you strategize fatigue, Mike, or conditioning?
The strategy here is to take as long as you can to get over to your corner because you're tired.
You're tired. Get that mouthpiece out. Get this guy some water. He's beat.
Get this guy some oxygen.
Oh, he couldn't come out for the second.
Johnny, I think he was just plain out of gas. And, you know, quite frankly, you kind of saw that happening when he couldn't get back to the corner here. Trevor, the Punisher Cook, he did some punishing time with the guy who came over with a big win.
This post-fight interview brought to you by Got Your Back Realty.
Give Gary McDonald a call at 809-GARY or check him out online at www.igotyourbackrealty.com. Irish Mike, you got in here, man, for your first time. You both look like you've been in the cage before, brother. You guys are swinging. You get into a position where you're down on the mat. You guys are going blows. I was counting the seconds until they hit the bell, and then you come out. What happened? How come you could not go into the second round?
I couldn't see out of my left eye.
How's it feeling now? It's the same?
The vision's not normal, but it's a little better.
It's a little better. Well, okay, right there. You got in here for your first time, Irish Mike. What can we expect out of you, man? Can you come back and do this thing again?
Oh, maybe.
No, maybe me, damn it. We want to hear yes.
I did it for the experience, and yeah. All the credit in the world to Trevor. I mean,
no, this guy told me before, he goes, look, I can remember where I was when I saw the first UFC. Well, are you going to remember this day, the first time you fought in the UCE? You going to remember it?
Absolutely. It was a pleasure.
So perfect right there. Hey, Mike, don't hang your head, man. You got a lot of people here to support you, and you fought hard tonight. It just didn't go your way. Don't let this stop you from coming back and doing it again.
Like I said, it was a great time. Thanks to UCE.
All right, one more time. Give Mike Johnson a round of applause. Mike, tonight you were good, but just not good enough. Thanks for being a part of the experience. If you are looking to make full-time wages while working part-time hours, give Brett Hansen a call at American Alarms, 310-0187.
Hey, you brought a couple people here with you tonight.
Yeah. I support this whole table right here. Right here. Over there.
They're everywhere, I got to tell you. Big win. How much did they play a part in the win tonight?
A lot. I couldn't have done it without them supporting me. And yeah.
Right on. I know you're tired right now. Ain't got much to say, but that was a very impressive win. That was a good matchup. You guys were getting in there and slugging it out. How's it feel, man?
Well, I never thought I'd feel that good to hit a call, but
you've all dreamed about it. You know that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I got to do it, so everyone's out of luck.
I'm sure he's a nice guy, but you did what you did. You came out and got a big win tonight. Great job. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Guy was feeling guilty for punching a cop.
Mike, he works for the city. Not a cop. He works for the city.
Well, okay. But listen, that was a good fight.
It was a good fight, Mike. Back and forth. I really wish Mike Johnson could have made it out in the second round because it was so back and forth. You really didn't know what that second round was going to bring. And unfortunately, he took a shot to the eye and, live to fight another day. Come back and do this thing again.
That's a pretty smart move. When you feel like, hey, if it's not right, don't do it.
Don't do it, yep.
Come back and do it again. We got more of the Ultimate Combat. Don't go anywhere. welterweight division. It's your main event. Boogie Anton coming out here, fighting Brad McRae. What do you know about these guys, Johnny?
All I know is if Jamie Anton fights the way this kid trains, he should be an absolute force every time he gets in here. He's going up against Brad McRae, another guy that has spent his time in the gym getting better, looking for the knockout. That's all he wants to do, is end this fight by getting a knockout.
Almost every night of the week, I'm like, Jamie, I want to go home.
Get out.
Can I please lock up the gym now? A few more minutes. We got more. So listen, hopefully it pays off in the cage tonight. Welterweight, no holds barred. It's your main event. Check it out. Jamie Anton has certainly been putting his time in, but Brad McRae is just one of those tough guys that you just never know what you're going to run into when you're fighting him.
Yeah, Mike, we've talked about this in the past, the different elements that make these fighters up. Brad McRae has that something different. It's that little X factor. The kid might not spend a lot of time in the gym, but he's got that desire and drive to become the best.
Goes by the nickname of Mickey Ray at 5'10", 170 pounds, training out of the Salt Lake City area.
Last time I stepped in here, I caught a finger in the eye in the first round. Kind of pissed me off. I was just getting going there, so couldn't really show my new skills or whatever. Tonight I've been tuning up my boxing and some of my ground game. So I'm coming out strong. I've lost my last 3 fights, so I'm ready to go tonight. I'm just amped for this fight, and like I said, I'm coming off 3 losses, and I'm not losing this fight. So.
Coming off a couple losses, Johnny Ritchie, but he claims he's got some new skills that he wants to show. He's been back training, back to the drawing board, and he says he's ready for this fight against Jamie Boogie.
Well, yeah, Mike, and those losses weren't like they were to bums. I mean, he fought tough kids, and they were close calls. And Jamie Anton, though, Mike, he doesn't want to make this thing close. He wants to win this fight in dominant fashion.
Last night I stepped in here was just about a month ago against a former buddy of mine, Jason the Gator Allguire. And I pretty much whooped on him for the first round and triangle choked him and sent him packing. So wasn't anything too serious, but tonight I'm coming in here against someone else, Brad McRae. Seen him fight a couple of times, doesn't really impress me. So I plan on coming here and doing the same thing to him as I did to Jason Allguire, send him packing. So that's what's happening. Tonight I'm coming for you. I've won 4 out of my last 5 fights. I feel real good. I'm training hard. I'm coming for you. I'm either going to knock you out, tap you out, but either way, you're going home tonight a loser.
Boogie giving no love to nobody tonight.
No, not at all. Boogie's maybe his attitude's changed a little bit, Mike. If he had that little bit of something extra too, that kid would be unstoppable inside the cage.
He has certainly got the athleticism, no doubt about it. John Jordan, the third man inside the cage tonight, getting things started with a touch of the gloves, and then not a whole lot much to follow.
Yeah, Mike. Well, this is the main event. These guys are kind of feeling each other out, really pacing, and not going to rush into anything too quick. But Boogie right there throwing a nice body shot, nice kick to the body there, Brad McRae.
And McRae wants to get down on the mat here. He knows Boogie on his feet is a force. And as you mentioned, if you see Boogie on a bag, he can really work a bag. He looks like he might have a guillotine choke on him.
Yeah, Mike, he's got it on pretty tight. He's got the headlock, and and there's the tap.
That's not main event material, Johnny.
Oh, my Lord. Well, Mike, you've seen fights in the main event go quicker than that, so... Man, he just locked that thing on. Brad shot in, and that was it.
I'm getting rid of that move. I hate that move. We got to make it.
That's banned.
We got to ban it. It makes this show boring sometimes. Boogie Anton, he says you got to take what you get, and he got a head right there and took it. Comes away with a big win in your main event.
This post-fight interview sponsored by Beehive Bell Bonds, because sometimes bad things happen to good people.
Yeah, I was actually at the fighter meeting. I saw him training his ass off. I know he trains his butt off. He deserves it. I just got caught. My head was in the wrong place, so congratulations to him. So
well, that's right there. A guy like that, Brad, you're humble about it. You got beat by, the better man, and sometimes that's how it goes. You're not making excuses. You got beat. Brad, Mickey Ray McRae, I hope you come back and do this thing again, man. Thanks for being a part of the experience tonight. You were good, but just not good enough. Is there anyone you need to thank?
I just want to thank my corner guys for coming out here, supporting me, watching my back. And I want to thank Ultimate Combat for letting me come in here and fight. And hopefully we get some more training on me.
Well, Brad, I'll tell you what, we'll be glad to have you anytime. Let's get you a few sponsors, pay some bills, get back in here and do it again. Thanks a lot, man.
Okay, hey, thanks.
This post-fight interview brought to you by Ayers Law Firm and the DUI Hotline. Give Tyler a call at 255-5555 or check him out online at utahduihotline.com.
Boogie, look! Boogie Anton! Got your crowd over there shouting out your name. Big win for you. How do you feel?
Obviously, I still feel pretty good. I was kind of disappointed. I hear him talk every time he fights and says he loves to stand up and do all this and that, and then 30 seconds in he shoots, so I defend and almost put him to sleep. I was hoping he wouldn't tap so he could go take a little night-night, but he didn't, and that's the way it goes. You know, I love to stand up. I wanted to punch somebody and hurt somebody tonight, but, you know, 3 wins in a row feels good. It's my first time in the UC with 3 actual streak wins in a row. All ended in the first round, so I'm happy about it. You know, feels good.
I tell you, Boogie, I see you working that bag, and nobody hits the bag, kicks the bag like you do, and you were almost salivating, thinking about, hey, man, this guy wants to stand and trade with me. Let's do it. And it just didn't work out that way, man. It's got to feel good to get the big win, though, right?
Oh, it always feels good getting any sort of a win. I mean, a win's a win, and it always feels good. But I got to thank all my friends and my mom and all my family for coming out and seeing me every time I fight. I love them to death. My kids at home, I love you guys. Happy Easter to everybody. You know, all the fans for coming out and watching these fights. There's some people trying to do away with MMA in Utah, and I think we should do whatever we can to send them packing back wherever they came from. And,
amen, brother.
I just want to thank my sponsors, Nutritional Sports Shop down in Orem. Any protein, any supplements you need, go see them. Rib City Grill and American Fork, they got the best food in town. You got to go give them a try. And anybody else that wants to sponsor me and throw me some dough, I love you, baby, so bring it on.
Who wouldn't love them, man? Great job, Boogie. Congratulations, man.
Thanks, Mike, and Ultimate Combat for the gym, for the cage. Everybody, Johnny Ritchie, you know, everybody puts a big part into this show, and I love them all.
All right, bro. Great job, man. All the people in the fights tonight. It was a good fight show tonight.
Well, these fighters better know that we can't do without you guys. Keep signing up. Let's keep MMA alive in Utah, which means is sign up, come fight, be a part of the Ultimate Combat experience. Without you, we couldn't do it.
All right, well, next week, the Bird Dog makes his return to the cage. I can't wait to see you. Definitely want to tune in for that, because anytime the Bird Dog gets in here, it's exciting. We'll see you next week on the Ultimate Combat experience.